What's going on, guys? This will probably be my final video for the Vapefog YouTube channel. I think some of you already know that over the last month I became ill, and currently right now I'm taking dialysis, kidney dialysis treatments 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Thursday I'm doing something that's similar to like a chemo treatment, but it's not a chemo the way they explained it, but just has like some similarities to it. And it's like a medicine to try to get my kidneys kick-started and start working on their own again. What happened was I was kind of sick off and on where my legs would swell up over about a 6-month period. It would just be an off and on thing that would last for a few days or so, and they were like really itchy, and I would itch them, and they would swell up and get like, I just thought that I had like water in my legs or something. So I would just try to like slack off of the salt and sugar and all that kind of stuff, and after a few days it would go away. Well, it turns out the last time, which was about 3 weeks ago, on October 7th, it got so bad that I had uncontrollable chills. I couldn't get warm, and after about 3 days or so, I was almost to the point of being unresponsive. So I had to go to the hospital. I had to be taken to the hospital by ambulance. And it turns out that the swelling in my legs was caused, it was my body's way of telling me that my kidneys were shutting down. Everything obviously has been just a big shock. I'm 44 years old. I will be 45 on November 24th. So it's just been a really big shock to me. I'm letting the doctors do what they need to do in order to try to correct this problem if it's possible. And this is going to take another couple of weeks. I have 2 more treatments to go. If it's not working by then more than likely I'm going to have to remain on dialysis and then be put on a list for a kidney transplant. So I got some pretty big things going on health-wise right now, guys. And, I realize that it's just biology. These kinds of things happen to people all the time. And I'm a realist when it comes to this kind of stuff. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. It's not like I lived a great life. You know what I mean? I was a binge drinker. Yeah, it was still binge drinking. It was like once a week, though. Not every day. But like once a week, I would just crush as many beers as I possibly could. Smoke as many cigarettes as I could. I smoked cigarettes for 27 years until I started vaping in 2014. And, I didn't live healthy. The food that I ate was garbage in, garbage out. And I drank a lot of pop, and I ate a lot of sugar, a lot of salt. But over the last year or so, I cut all of that stuff out and just started drinking water, quit the smoking and all that. But apparently it had already taken its toll on my body. Plus, I've been overweight for like 10 years. I had hypertension, which is really bad high blood pressure, and I had it for like 15 years and didn't think that it was any big deal. But it turns out that it's a huge deal. And probably the culprit to damaging my kidneys in the condition that they're in. They're not scarred up or anything, and according to the doctors, that's a good thing. So, I have options. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm hopeful at 44 that these treatments are going to turn out fine. But also I'm also aware that they may not work at all. So I'm just trying to prepare for the consequences. And I don't want to hold you guys up any further with this channel because since October 7th, I haven't vaped. So another good thing has actually happened out of this. I don't vape and I don't smoke. And I don't have any urges to vape or smoke. So it would just be kind of ridiculous to start vaping again, even though I loved it so much. I love everybody in the community. You guys have been fantastic. And just a support group that I'm never going to forget. And that's exactly what everyone in the vape community is. You're like a giant network of people, man, that are just out there willing to help. And I'm so appreciative of it because I made so many good friends. Fresh03, Dustin, man, you rock. I enjoyed hanging out, talking to you guys every week. Ren Vapes, and man, there's just so many people. Matt and Vanessa from Suck My Mod, and Big Lou, and Richard, and man, you just name it. There's so many people, and so many subscribers that I became really good friends with. Addie Tooney, and just a number of people I can't name. There's no way I can name everybody. I know so many people at this point in the vaping community. Uh, Devin from Vapor Creep Show used to talk to that guy every day for like 8 months straight. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just awesome. Just a great community. So I think that rather than to keep this channel going, since I'm not vaping, I'm not going to be uploading videos or anything, I think the best thing to do is to just go ahead and let you guys know that I'm not going to delete the channel. I'm going to leave the channel up, but there's just not going to be any new content. And, you know, likewise, I've got a lot of stuff, but even stuff that's still coming in and all the vape gear that I've got, I'm not selling any of it. I'm going to give all of it away. So, you know, if you guys want to send me an email or something and you're looking for a particular type of device, if I've got it, you send me your name, your email address, and all your shipping information and stuff. I'll just break stuff up and I'll send whoever whatever they want. If I've got it, I'll ship it to you. No problem. And I'll even pay for the shipping. I don't want all this stuff to go to waste. And I spent lots and lots of money on it. And I don't want to sell it, you know what I mean? Because it just doesn't seem like it would be right, even though, you know, I could technically use the money, but I figure if these devices will help somebody else out there quit smoking, or maybe move up and upgrade to a better device that maybe they can't afford right now, I figure that's the best thing to do. And that's one of my favorite things about the community is that everybody gives back. And I'm going to continue to fight for vaping as much as I can. I'm still part of, I still get the CASAT emails, and I'm always going to stand up and support vaping whenever I possibly can, and even educate people on it. I just don't have the time right now with my particular health condition to sit around and edit videos and all that. And that's another thing I wanted to touch base with you guys really quick. A lot of you don't know the reason why I've never been on camera, or at least like up close and personal with the camera. And I know it's probably driven a lot of people crazy, but right now I'm going to tell you guys exactly why that is. In July of 2013, I had to go to the dentist because I had a tooth that just fell out of my head, right? which is hilarious. It freaked me out when it happened. I was talking on the phone and one of my teeth in the front just fell out. So I'm like, all right. I go to the dentist, and it turns out that I had like periodontal disease. And I believe that it was from all the years of smoking. I had a bad tooth that needed fixed, and I just never got around to doing it. And it didn't hurt. But what was happening, I think, was that it was allowing all the toxins from the cigarette smoke and stuff to get down into the gums. And it ended up giving me, I guess, periodontal disease. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a dentist, but I'm thinking that that's probably the culprit was cigarettes. So what happened was the dentist told me, showed me an x-ray, and you could see that none of my teeth were they were just kind of sitting there. They were just floating there, right? They weren't attached to anything. So they were just going to keep falling out. So he couldn't replace them or do any, I mean, he could, but it was going to cost tens of thousands of dollars. It's not cheap to get like individual teeth replaced. You know what I mean? Have them screwed in and all that kind of stuff. It costs a lot of money. But so I just went ahead and decided, I said, you know what, man, I'm not going to deal with this, with teeth falling out and all that kind of stuff. Just pull all of them. So I sat in a chair one day for like 2.5 hours. It cost like $1,400 or whatever it was. And I sat there for 2.5 hours in excruciating pain while this dude ripped 26 teeth out of my head. And it was brutal. So the reason why I'm not on camera, or haven't been on camera with you guys and up close and personal and doing live shows and all that kind of, like Fresh's show. I love Fresh03. I think Dustin is a cool dude, and I would have loved to have been on his show each and every week live, but I don't have any teeth. So I have to go back and do a lot of editing because of my pronunciation on certain words. I have to go back and do a lot of editing and correct a lot of things. And that's the reason why it takes me so long to do videos, and the reason why I'm not on camera. And I know some of you are going to be like, well, why don't you wear false teeth or something like that? I don't like them. That feels like a mouthful of plastic. And I don't have the money to get like the 2-on-4 or whatever they call it, where they take the false teeth and they screw them into your head and all that kind of stuff. It's like $5,000. I just don't have that kind of money. Definitely don't have it now. So, you know, it is what it is. That's my little YouTube secret. If you guys, for those of you out there that's always wondered that, that's exactly the reason why I was never on camera. So, anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm hoping the best. I'm hoping for the best, obviously. I'm not ready to die at 44 years old, but you know, if it happens, you know, what are you going to do? People die younger than me every day. And, you know, the universe doesn't owe us anything. You know, you get to do, I'm happy that I got to do this ride as far as I went. It's been awesome. You know, I grew up with great parents and I had a really great childhood. One of the best probably out there. It was fantastic. I wasn't spoiled, but I got pretty much anything that I wanted. And I had great friends growing up. I've got great friends in my adult life. And I got some really cool family members that are supporting me right now. And, you know, I can't complain. I'm not ready to go yet. But, you know, like I said, man, you know, science can only do so much. And, you know, then that's it. You know, sometimes you got to get off the ride, man. But I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on with the channel. And I want to thank everybody that's supported my channel for the last 18, 19 months. It's been really fun. And I'm proof positive that vaping absolutely 100% works, man, because I was extremely addicted to smoking cigarettes. So much so that I rolled my own for like 15 years. I had a little roller and I would buy the bags of tobacco and the filter tips, and I would sit around every day and just roll like 4 or 5 packs of cigarettes, and it was bad. So, you know, when I started vaping and I took it seriously and I bought like my first kit, which was like an SBD starter kit, I spent like $130 that day. And when all that stuff came in the mail, I quit the same day. I haven't smoked a cigarette since. And then by doing DIY, making my own e-juices, I was able to wean myself down from 24 or initially 36 milligram nicotine down to 24 to 18 to 12 for a long time. Then I was at 6 for quite a while. Then down to 3 for about the last 6 months or so of vaping. And I realized when I was in the hospital that after being there for a couple of days or so, I didn't even have any urges to vape at all. You know, I could have easily had somebody bring some of my gear in and I could have vaped in the hospital and nobody would have ever known it. Just smell like strawberries or whatever in there. But I just didn't even have no urge for it because I didn't even realize that I'd weaned myself down to such a little nicotine intake at 3 milligram that I just didn't even need it. You know what I mean? 3 milligrams is like nothing. So vaping works is the point. And oddly enough, when I was in doing dialysis in the hospital, one of the kidney doctors, she's like a nutritionist. She told me that she had just recently started vaping about 3 or 4 months ago and was actually asking me about DIY while I'm laying there getting dialysis. So I thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, guys, that's it. This is getting kind of long. It's almost 15 minutes. This is it, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed the ride with the Vapefog YouTube channel. If you guys didn't know, my name is Daniel Gibson. It's been a fun ride, and you guys keep vaping, man. Stay away from them cigarettes, and, you know, I wish the best to everybody out there, man. Take care.